Sunday, December 14th. And we're into week 15, first round of the playoffs for most of you. Hopefully, a lot of you have bye weeks and you don't have to worry about this week because, the Kyle Pitts explosion just shows you why, you want to play the least amount of weeks as possible because fantasy is weird and, you get something like that. And it's for a lot of people, their leagues, they feel like their matchups are already a little bit lost. But we are here trying to help you win. And the Freak is here, 1750 inbox offer. He has no trade deadline. He's talking about trading RJ Harvey for Juwan Jennings, Kyle Monangai, and the 204. And my question to you, Freak, I need to know is how many starters do you have in this league? To me, that's pretty important. Important to know. So, because if it's a shallower league, I think I'm just going to keep Harvey. But if you're plugging in both Jennings and Monangai into your lineup, plus you get the 204, I might not hate it. But obviously Harvey's the best piece both for fantasy there. And probably for this week, right? So, he's probably not going to, he could be better than both, Monangai and Jennings combined. But, if you probably had to guess, those guys would be pretty even. But, Harvey's significantly above those guys, for this week and probably rest of the season. And, definitely for fantasy value there. So, let us know how many starters you have in that league. So, what's your starting lineup? Is it a start 8? So is it, quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, and a super flex? Or is it a start 7 with, no super flex or start 10 or whatever, not including kickers and defense? So let us know there. We can help you a little bit better. Sean, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say you missed Frosty.
I don't see Frosty. What's he saying?
Oh, BTJ or Christian Watson, or it says Watson. I'm not missing another Watson, right?
No. Watson.
Yeah, he's been consistently better.
Tough matchup, though.
Yeah, Brian Thomas. He finally had a startable game in PPR last week. It was only 3 for 87, so I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Watson.
Yeah, it's close. If you want to play the easier matchup, though, I don't blame you, and that's BTJ for sure. So, I guess there's a chance that Surtain covers Watson. So, and weirdly enough, I feel like BTJ has the way better floor. So I actually don't mind BTJ the pivot there if you're worried about, getting shut out there. So. Sean says he has 2 questions. 12-team PPR tight end, Hunter Henry or AJ Barner. He mentions that Buffalo is number 1 against tight ends, allowing the fewest points. I'm just going to see points allowed. I'm just going to double check that over the last month here. So Bills, on the season, giving up 7.33 points per game. Over the last month, they're about 10 points per game. It's always, who they play as well is always on there. I know they played Kelsey. They already played Hunter Henry. Just kind of looking through the schedule. Dalton Schultz, the Steelers guys, the Dolphins guys, the Bucks guys, Kelsey, the Panthers guys, Kyle Pitts, who we know is elite, Hunter Henry. They didn't have a brutal schedule. They avoided Bowers, they avoided McBride, they avoided, even a guy like Ferguson and whoever else is up there, Kittle, they avoided Kittle. So, I
just think someone like AJ Barner is not necessarily, they're not going to be a deciding factor for me. If you had a better pivot option, I might consider it, but I'm just going to start Hunter Henry. he's too involved in his offense. You know, Drake May loves him. Yeah, the matchup could be tough, but even when he played Buffalo back in week 5, it was only 2 for 46. You know, that's not great. Obviously, you want to get those 10 PPR points. But I mean, what's Barner really done different? Like even over the last 3 weeks, like you have to go back. He basically has like 2 games all year that are like much better than that. So
Yeah. One of the arguments for Barner is Elijah Arroyo is out. I'm pretty sure. I know he had a knee injury. So that's kind of one of the arguments. Arroyo did kind of miss basically all of last week. He played 10% of the snaps, but he was, playing a decent amount, 40, 35, 40% of the snaps and stuff. So, the argument for, Arroyo's out. The argument for Barner is that, he's probably going to get 80, 90% of the snaps here. But I think I also go Hunter Henry. Again, if you had a better option, I think I would be okay rolling with that. But I think I'm just going to roll with Henry and hope it's a shootout and stuff. So flex spot, we got Higgins, Moody, or Burden. We don't know about Rome yet, or we do? It sounds like he's going to play, right?
I know he was trending that way. Why can't I find him? Here he is. He is active.
He's active. I think
Higgins is out, or is that not T? Is it?
It's Jaden.
Jaden. Okay. I was like Jalen something. Anyways,
yeah, it's Jaden Higgins. So I think I don't mind Higgins. He's been playing pretty well as of late. I think he has the better matchup, right?
Versus Arizona.
Versus the Cardinals, and the Bears get Cleveland. It's supposed to be pretty cold there. Should pull up Kevin Roth here, Twitter. Go follow him if you want some weather reports and how they affect games. Let's see here. Doesn't look like he's too worried about any games. Says Chicago game, it's 4 degrees, feels like -14. So that's fun. Cold as hell there. I'm fine with Higgins. You're gonna go Burden? Yeah. Okay. I wasn't looking. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go Higgins. I mean, he's basically been as good, if not better, than Burden the last 5 weeks. So he's gonna. I think he's gonna play more. Sort of similar number of snaps. So I'll go Higgins. Marks, Hampton, Achane, or Walker. I mean, Achane's 100% you're playing. Then it comes down. I think I'm benching Walker for sure. And I think I'm going to go with Marks here. Really, really good matchup. So I think I'm going to go Woody, Marks, and Achane.
Yeah, I don't mind that. We talked a lot about Marks yesterday or Thursday, or maybe even both. I don't remember exactly, but I think you broke that down pretty well. Like, hopefully we'll see more involvement, and I'm sure we will today from Hampton. Tough matchup though against the Chiefs too. So hopefully you can get through this week and be able to start him next week in Dallas.
By the way, as of 12 minutes ago, Nick Chubb is out. So that's kind of where I'm excited about Woody Marks is like, I know he's going to get goal line carries if they get down there. So that was kind of like the one thing that Chubb was taken from him. Not always, but at times. So yeah, HN and Marks, pretty easy there. And yeah, HN's going to play. So Kevin's here. He says pick 2, Stroud, Trevor, Hurts, or Goff. So it sounds like a super flex here. Stroud, Trevor, Hurts, or Goff. I I still lean Hurts, even though he was god awful, but he has a really good matchup, and we know what he's capable of. To me, the question's between Goff and Lawrence. I think I'm going to go Lawrence.
Yeah, I think kind of want to lean Trev also. I like that he called him Trev. Yeah, I mean, Goff's got the rougher matchup right against the Rams. I actually don't know if they're great against quarterback. Their defense is just on fire. Top 5 in the NFL. So
about 14 points. I'm pretty sure this is 4 point. About 14 points per game. Both 14 points on the season, 14 and a half. About 13 the last month. So yeah, they're pretty tough against QBs. And we know that Goff.
I was just going to say, I do love the Lions-Rams games over the last couple of years. They've had a few.
Yeah, they're fun. They are fun. We also know that, like, very capable, like, more so than Lawrence, like, Lions can put up 35 points, and, like, Goff has no touchdowns.
Yeah.
Just running all in, and Lawrence also, he's been pretty good on the ground. He's averaging about 20 yards per game on the ground, so about half a touchdown per game on the ground, but he also has 5 rushing touchdowns this year. So that's helped his numbers a bit too. So yeah, I'm going to go Hurts and Trevor there. Should I add the Bears or Cowboys defense or keep the Browns? Depends on the schedule here. So Browns, get the Bears, Bills, Steelers. Those are all going to be outdoor, whether it's in Cleveland or Buffalo or Pittsburgh. Bears defense, or Bears get the Browns, Packers, Niners. Don't really love the Bears defense. I mean, I would play them this week if I didn't have a better option. I don't love it. And then the Cowboys get the Vikings, Chargers, Commanders. I'd probably go I still go with the Browns, I think.
I think so. Cowboys defense, I don't even really think is in play, right? It's kind of like really bad defense against what you think is going to be the bad offense of the Minnesota.
I don't know if their defense is really bad anymore, though. It's not great, but I don't think it's really bad.
I mean, they're just letting up a ton of points, and I know that's kind of a big deal for a lot of scoring systems. I mean, 44 last week. I mean, you got to take into context they have played Detroit, Kansas City, and Philly, but just not a lot of sacks, not a lot of turnovers. So I just think their actual they're not going to score points really in fantasy.
Yeah. I think I just go with the best defense there, and I feel confident. Not confident, but I feel like I can play them also the next few weeks. If you wanted to start the Bears, I don't hate it. If you're just kind of streaming defenses, I actually think I might start the Bears this week over Cleveland. So I think I just changed there. I think I do go the Bears. Just cold weather game, outdoors, and you're playing not a great offense there. So Devonta Smith, Michael Wilson, Waddle, or running back stated above as flex. Okay, so we got Smith. It's Wilson, right?
Seems like it needs to be, right?
Marv is out, yeah. So
yeah, Marv is gone.
Yeah, I think it has to be Wilson. He's just been a monster.
I mean, close. I'd say if you want to pivot away from the matchup for Wilson, then I think Waddle next man up.
You're not worried about how cold it's going to be into his history and just being god awful in cold games. We're playing in Pittsburgh Monday night.
No. No, well, I think it's still Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I'm going Michael Wilson. I'm not pivoting to these guys here. Let's see if I can find Tua in cold weather games. Do they have that split here? Doesn't look like it, actually. Maybe they do. I'm just not seeing it. But yeah, I'm going Michael Wilson. Marv, appreciate you donating here.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, much appreciated. As always, you're always on here giving us questions, things to talk about, and we're going to need you during the offseason too. Join us in the offseason, guys, if you play Dynasty. Do have some Dynasty news that I'll bring up later when it slows down here. So we got some Dynasty news based on the 26 rookie class.
We got some
good
players or what?
Yeah, we'll get to that
All right.
here. But yeah, guys, if you do want to super chat, we'll, we appreciate it. We'll kind of jump you above. We kind of just go in order answering questions. Make sure to hit the like button for us, though. That's all we really ask. So it's a 12-team PPR, start 10 for Freak. Man, I don't mind the trade.
I think
Freak.
I want to just keep Harvey.
Yeah, and I don't mind that either. I mean, like Juwan Jennings, we don't really know what he's going to be beyond this year. Like, good chance he's not on the 49ers. And he feels like one of those receivers that could go to another team and just kind of like disappear. But now guy's been pretty good. The 204 is not a bad, like honestly, like the 204 and this trade you would have made a few weeks ago, probably. But I'd probably do just keep Harvey. Yeah, I probably do just keep Harvey there. So
yeah. I mean, Juwan, like you said, he can go to another team and disappear. It's like, I mean, he's never really been that productive in San Fran anyways. Like, he was okay last year, partially because everyone was like hurt, right?
He's been solid this year.
Yeah, I mean, 450 yards, 5 touchdowns, 41 catches. I said that all backwards, but I mean, nothing like super great. Like bye-week replacement flex, probably, but nothing you're that happy with.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's a deeper league, like a 12-team start 12, then I'd probably make that move. But it's not, so I think I just keep Harvey there. Dak or Purdy? Dak with the really tough matchup. I think I pivot to Purdy. I know you're on Dak, but oh no, you're on Purdy?
No, Purdy. We talked about these two guys specifically, I think, quite a bit already. Because I think
more of a safety thing.
A lot of people are making.
Yeah, and it's more of a safety thing. Like Dak could give you 10 points, under 10 points, like considering how the Vikings have been playing. He could also just have a really good game. But I think if you're weighing, like, what kills you more, starting Dak and him giving you 7 points versus starting Purdy giving you 15-ish in 4 point and Dak giving you 27. I think what kills you more is most likely the Dak giving you 7. So I think that's the way I would go there. Warren or likely, so Tyler Warren, I assume, considering it's tight ends. I think I've kind of turned on this. I think I'm just on Warren. I'm excited to see Rivers play.
Yeah, I'm still on Warren too.
Worries you as a Colt fan. I understand that. Seattle does give up a lot of points to tight ends in general. Rivers is probably going to be checking it down a lot. I can't imagine he throws much more if the game goes as planned, more than 25 times. But I'm hoping Warren gets 5 of those catches. Again, if it does really worry you, I don't think likely is a bad pivot because Cincinnati gives up a lot of points to tight ends. So I don't think it's a bad pivot. But I mean, you just look at what Seattle, look at Minnesota and Seattle last week. Max Brosmer threw for 126 yards. TJ Hawkinson had 60 of those. Like, for whatever reason, Seattle just like funnels points to tight ends. So to see Hawkinson have one of his best games when they get shut out, 26-0, and Brosmer throws for 130 yards, but still gives you 12 PPR points. Like, it just kind of shows you what this defense does. And Warren is obviously at this point a better tight end than Hawkinson. So, but again, if it does worry you, I don't mind the likely pivot. I think likely could have a big game. So Appreciate you, Sean. Hey guys, pick one flex full PPR: Shakir, Dobbs, Booty, or Aaron Jones. Shakir, Dobbs. I'll probably go Shakir over Dobbs. Based off of matchup and stuff. I think I go him over Booty. Aaron Jones.
I think I'm on Aaron Jones, honestly.
Yeah, I think I would take Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, Shakir, Dobbs, Booty. I have it in that order there. So
yeah, if we had a little more consistency from Shakir, like 3 of his last 4 games have been really bad,
and
you could get another one of those. I mean, and his ceiling is not even overly high either. Plus Aaron Jones against the Cowboys, like I like that.
Yeah, looking at Aaron Jones, I mean, last week he gave you 15 carries. He's usually good for 2 to 3 catches. He didn't get any last week, but the game was out of hand as well. I mean, the argument for
a couple of defensive scores that happened or something.
I think so.
Or no, I guess. Well, I guess what was that 35-0 that game?
It was like 26-0 or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, McCarthy threw for 3 touchdowns. I remember we kind of saw that, like only 16 passes or 16 completions for like 150 and 3. So, yeah, it was a very low volume passing game that they won.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to trust Shakir. Like, it's like, oh, maybe it's games where there's a shootout, this potential shootout, but not really. Like, he got lucky with the touchdown last week against Cincy, but 44 points against Tampa, he had 1 catch. It's hard to predict there. So I go Aaron Jones, Shakir, Dobbs, Booty. Ooh, Neal or Hampton.
Now this is an interesting one, right? Like Neal's got the better matchup and no split, but we like Omarion Hampton as a player better. And we don't know what his split's going to be like. I'm sure he's going to play more than 30% of the snaps like he did last week. But I think I'm going to start Neal.
Yeah, I think I am too, unfortunately. So, by the way, I think I'm going to start Tyler Shuck in Zeus over Tua. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'm going to do it. I think I go Neal too. It is close though, but I go. It is very close. I do think Hampton's just the better player, but I think Neal, it's a little bit more, but like you said, better matchup, more of a workload. We worried about May in the weather. T-Law versus Jets looks appealing. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like an interesting thought. I know in our home redraft league, I have May, and I was kind of like debating, like, do I go, Mariota or something like that? And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to roll with May. Hope he has a good game. He hasn't been like amazing. Again, according to Kevin Roth, who's the weather guy for fantasy, like he doesn't seem super concerned about the weather. So here's his last retweet. Do cold weather? He retweeted PJ Walsh, 24 on X. Do cold weather games typically result in NFL games going under the closing total? Not when the winds are calm. Since 2003, overs are 125, 104, and 3, so about 55% in NFL games in temperatures of 30 degrees and below and winds less than 10 miles per hour. So essentially it doesn't affect the over-under total if there's no wind. So, and I don't think there's going to be any, crazy wind in that Buffalo game. We can double. They're in Buffalo, right? Or is it in New England?
It's in New England.
It's in New England. Let's see here. Foxborough weather. Winds at six miles per hour right now, and it looks like it's going to be pretty consistent there. So, essentially, it's cold. I don't think that's too much of a, that's not going to be the reason why he hits that. He doesn't, have a good game, in my opinion. So, So yeah, I mean, T-Law to the Jets on the Jets though, could that's not a terrible pivot, but I'm just gonna roll with the guy that got me there personally. So
Dance with the one who brought you.
exactly. What's going on, John? Flex Genty or Fannin? I'm gonna go Genty. I'm again. I think we had this question. I don't know if it was from you, John, in particular, but I know that like Genty's probably, Fannin looks appealing and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna roll with Genty, man. Like, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm stubborn. He's involved in the passing game. I'm always worried about the Browns just having a stinker of a game. But I understand if you want to flex Fannin. I think you're on the Fannin side, right?
Yeah, I am. So yeah, if Drake May's the one who like brought you to the dance, right? Do you save a second dance for Ashton Genty, who's like the ugly guy or girl that like you just feel bad for, but you're good friends with,
See, I view him more as like the beautiful girl that like I know it's not going to happen, but I just keep going back to, like, and I keep chasing. That's what I see Genty as. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the catch totals like over his last 6-7 games: 5, 3, 6, 8, 6, 2. Like, he's so involved. It is Kenny Pickett, so it's a little bit of a wild card. Eagles defense doesn't seem to be one to fear now. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna. So you're on Fannin, I'm on Genty. I totally understand if you want to pivot to Fannin, though. Like, I'm not gonna fault you at all for that.
And Doku's out.
I know he is. I know he is. Browns. They get Chicago. Oh no, okay. I was gonna say is Fannin tight end 4 on the year, but I think that was like 4th in the ranking. But you might be up there. Yeah, Bears are kind of like one of those matchups you don't really do any, make any decisions based off. They're middle of the pack. So, hello. Need help with one of my running back spots and 2 flex spots in full PPR. Devin Neal, Jordan Addison, Rico Dowdle, Hall, Walker McConkey. I think you were here as well, Stefan, or very similar names from another question, if not. So you need help with one of your running back spots and 2 flex. So the running back to me is going to be Devin Neal. As crazy as that is.
Over Breece Hall and Ken Walker.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, to me, it's between potentially like. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I don't know. What's the running back for you?
Honestly, I think it's Devin Neal also. Breece Hall, he's just going to be so hard to trust with Brady Cook. Like,
yeah, the floor is nothing.
Yeah, the floor is literally nothing.
I mean, they're just going to be keyed in on him. He didn't have a catch last week.
Yeah, it's all bad. It's just all bad. I mean, yeah, just look at what Breece Hall did last week against Miami.
Yeah.
14 for 43, and that's it. It's like, yeah.
So hard
so
to trust.
I like Neal and Dowdle better than Breece Hall this week.
So then Neal, Dowdle are in our, running back and then a flex, and then it comes down to Addison, Hall, Walker, McConkey.
Yeah, we kind of talked about Addison versus McConkey, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, the Cowboys, right, for Addison, he hasn't really done a whole lot this year. I kind of like it this week, though. At least it's still like a concentrated pass attack there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, 7 targets on 23 pass attempts. So still like a healthy target share last week, even though it didn't turn into a whole lot. It was only 4 for 62. But I think I'm leaning Addison even over the Laddie.
Yeah, this feels like one of those ones where it's just like you're gonna make the wrong choice. They're all so like clustered together. I think I do play matchups a little bit here. Again, like you need floor. You also need upside, but you need floor in in the playoffs as well. Like I don't think Brees has floor or upside. Has a floor or an upside there, so that's why I'm benching him. I do think, I think I am going to go the first three there, and Neal, Addison, and Dowdle as well. Just kind of play the matchups a little bit. I don't mind McConkey as well. I actually honestly don't mind Kenneth Walker either. He's just also a little bit hard to trust. So it's kind of a coin flip between Addison, Walker, and McConkey. I think I lean on Addison because of the matchup and his involvement. So flex play, Rico, Jacoby, or Neal. A lot of Devin Neal questions. I think I like Neal over Dowdle, but do I?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of.
I think I like Myers the most, though.
I was like, you picked Neal pretty quick in the last question, and Dowdle was there too. So I feel like in your heart, that's what you want to do. But yeah, Jacoby is appealing as well.
Yeah, I think I might go Jacoby.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah, just like a lot of involvement. His game last week was kind of weird, though. 10 targets, 4 catches. Why is it like, I don't know. It feels like Lawrence is always like that with his freaking number one receivers. Yeah, I think I might lean Jacoby here. I think he's the safest of the three, and I think he has decent upside too. So I think I'm going to go Jacoby there. Full PPR. We answered this one, right?
Yeah.
Was it not from you? Space? Yeah. I don't think it was from him, though. It might have been from someone else. Oh, no, it was from you. Yeah, we answered Aaron Jones there. Space. Judkins or Henderson. I'm going to go Henderson. Again, this is another coin flip one. I think we talked about this already, Rocky, but I'm always worried about Judkins and the Browns offense in general getting shut out. So I think Henderson has a good matchup. I think it could be a shootout. I think he's going to be more involved in the passing game. So I'm going to go Henderson. But where are you at there?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like I know Judkins makes you nervous in general. It's going to be cold as hell there, which is kind of interesting. Like for running backs, like just getting tackled and stuff like that. It's like, oh, God, that's good. That's just got to be so painful for everybody.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at like how many games has like for Judkins would you have been happy with without a touchdown? And there's not many of them. Like 109 total yards with 3 catches, you're fine with. 85 for 2 catches is like, okay, you got me double digits, 128 with a catch, okay. But 115, these are early on in the season too. Like there's a handful of games, but it's kind of like I expect him to get around 80 total yards, probably 1 to 2 catches. It really depends on the touchdown there. So I'm going to go Henderson. Oh, and the defense, Saints or 49ers?
Niners.
I go 49ers.
Yeah, Niners against Tennessee.
I think this is going to be an interesting game. The Broncos, like they've kind of played a lot of cupcakes. Not completely, but like in a lot of like close games and stuff. I think it's going to be a kind of a big defensive game personally, and I don't want to trust too many guys on the Broncos. I'll trust Harvey, and then I don't know who else I'm like trusting. I'm probably putting Sutton in my lineup in like 3 wide receiver leagues, but I'm not super confident in it. So, Tua or Shador? I'm going to go Tua.
All right, so you did just say a little while ago you're putting in Tyler Shuck.
Yeah.
Over Tua. So it goes Shuck, Tua, Shador. Is that the
Shuck, Tua, Shador? Yeah. I liked what I saw with his running, Shuck's running last game, like 7 for 55 and 2 touchdowns. And I think they feel like they've been trying to get that going. He has 20 carries over the last 3 weeks. It wasn't kind of a fluke. He just, had incredible production there. So, yeah, Also, it's nice that Shuck's going to be inside, playing in a dome when these guys are playing in like negative 15-degree weather and shit like that, both Tua and Shador. So, yeah, I'm going to go. Which side are you on?
God, I don't
Tua
know.
or Shador?
I haven't really looked at either one of these guys. I know Tua's just been killing you lately.
Yeah, he's not throwing the ball.
Yeah, that's right. They're like the most run heavy team in the NFL
and
right now.
And they're winning.
Yeah. Geez. I don't know. I don't know if I can trust Shador Sanders yet. Basically off of one game. Right? I mean, granted,
against the Titans, right?
What's that? Oh yeah, it was against the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the previous two were it's a decent start to a career, right? Not throwing not throwing a ton of picks. He's got 2 in the last 3 games, one each in 2 different games, but throw for over 200 yards and a touchdown. It's all right. I mean, that was the Raiders, so yeah. I don't know. Where did he play in college, Shador? Why don't I know this?
Colorado.
Yeah. Okay. So cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start Tua.
Yes, I agree. So I'm just reading a message here. Okay. All right, let's get through some of these. No problem, Freak. Pick 2 from Blurpy. Kyren, Diggs, Hendy, DK. I mean, Kyren for sure.
Yeah, he's the easy one.
I mean, Diggs against Buffalo. You want to go that route? Revenge game?
Could be interesting.
He had a big game against them last week. I probably go Henderson personally.
Yeah. I don't hate that. Especially again, like I always bring this up when we talk about him. He's very involved in the passing game. Not super involved, but he's going to get you 2 to 3 catches basically. I mean, he has 3 or more in every game, or let's call it 5 out of the last 6 or 4 out of the last 5. Sorry. So I like that. Diggs could end up with a similar number of catches, So I like Henderson.
Yeah.
Where you at on Diggs versus Terry McLaurin?
Terry McLaurin?
Yeah.
I'd go Terry McLaurin.
Me too. That was a question for my wife before I walked up here. I was like, you got any questions before I jump on? She's like, I think so. And I was like, is it Diggs versus McLaurin? Because I see you have Diggs in your lineup right now. And she was like, yeah. I was like, well, you better ask Mike. So I just super chatted her. I don't even know if she's listening. So,
yeah. So we're Kyren and Henderson there. Fannin or Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. So Chris Rodriguez is out, inactive. Interesting one there. I probably still go Fannin, but Bill, this is his chance. Come on, you can do it, buddy. We all like you.
Going back to
she is here.
Blurpy right now. I mean, so he says that he's starting Brown and Judkins.
Chase Brown and Judkins.
Okay, I was like, why can't I think of who Brown is? Okay, so I mean, it's really Chase Brown and Kyren, right? And his wide receiver spot is Justin Jefferson. Now, you're not starting Diggs or DK over, or are you? Over Justin Jefferson? Are you that far gone? Are you starting Metcalf over Justin Jefferson?
Nah.
You say nah?
No, I'm starting Jefferson.
Okay. I couldn't tell if you were saying man or yeah. Okay.
So wait, that means Blurpy needs a wide receiver then, right? If he's starting Brown and Judkins at running back. Jetta's at wide receiver. It sounds
He
like
says
he needs
other
one of
wide
these.
receiver spots, so maybe he just has a stud. He's not sitting like Chase or something like that, or
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming it was his. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to go back to that because it's like I know we're not super high on Judkins, so it's like, do we swap the receiver and get Hendy and Kyron in? But I mean, we already do, and DK. I guess was the question: do we start those three? But you're sitting Justin Jefferson.
No, I'm not sitting Justin Jefferson.
Okay. How
Wait,
dare I?
did I say that?
No.
Oh. No, I'm not sitting Jefferson.
Okay.
I think he could have a big game this week. So finally. Yeah, I probably still lean Fannin, but Bill's intriguing now. He definitely is. Like, just real quick, Kevin says, Coker versus Bill. I'm going to go Bill there when it gets to that level, I think, of like Jalen Coker. Although I'm sure Coker's been like decent recently, but I still go Bill in that kind of situation. So let's fly through some of these a little bit here.
Yeah,
would you start Bill over like Roma Dunte, let's say?
I might now. Who's Washington playing?
The Giants.
Man, I kind of don't mind that.
Yeah.
God. I mean, Adunze, what was his injury?
I forget.
I like how you said we're going to fly through these, and then you asked me a question that's not even a question.
Well, it's in our home redraft league, so I'm debating on. I just dropped Parker Washington and got Bill, and now I'm debating on starting him. I think I'm just gonna freaking do it, man.
Do it.
Or would you do Worthy or a Dunze?
I think I'm going to start Worthy, the guy who wasn't injured an hour ago.
Yeah. He has a foot injury, by the way.
Yeah, I looked that up.
All right, screw it. Let's do it. I feel like I have this weird feeling I'm gonna get knocked out here. Like I don't know why. So
that's what we all want. Well, everyone except for you.
Yeah, I mean that's what you guys think, but then you get someone else who starts winning, and then it's like, oh, we think we want this. Never mind. I'm not going to get political. Evan Ingram, Hawkinson, Loveland, or Gesicki.
Well, it's not someone else. It's me.
No. Someone else can win. I mean, Brandon, didn't he win it last year? So he would be like, you need to win at least twice to be considered, even start being considered like a dynasty, right?
Wait, is this dynasty that you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about redraft, but like being a dynasty in redraft, like you need to win. Did he win last year? Brandon won last year. No.
Brandon won Dynasty.
He didn't win redraft? Dad won redraft?
I don't know. I thought you did.
No, I didn't make it to the finals. All right. Let's get through these. So we have Evan Ingram, Hawkinson, Loveland, or Gesicki.
God, it's probably got to be Gesicki, right? With Higgins out and all these other guys not doing shit.
Yeah, it's Gesicki or Loveland for me. One of those two. I probably lean Gesicki. So
if a Dunze was out, I'd feel better about Loveland. But he's not.
BTJ or Rico. I'm going to go Rico.
Yeah.
Sad, but I'm going to go Rico. More upside, I think, for BTJ, though.
That's what I was just going to ask. What if you played against Kyle Pitts?
I don't know. Like I say that, I don't know if he does have more upside, though. Like, he hasn't all year.
That's last year creeping in.
Yeah.
Dowdle has 200-yard, 2-touchdown upside. I guess it was only one touchdown in those games.
Why wouldn't the Colts think about Derek Carr, Ritter? Interesting. Yeah, it is. I know they reached out to Ryan Tannehill and Andrew Luck, and they both declined. So
Andrew Luck.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, crazy. But I think it's just Rivers is familiar with the system. Would you guys throw a game if it had affected your draft picks positively? I'll keep my same seed. I don't know. We have anti-tanking things in our league, so it's basically max points for, so it doesn't matter who you start. So I probably wouldn't, just for the sake of and for the what's the word I'm thinking? Integrity of the league.
Integrity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done it personally, but I don't even know if I've ever been in that situation. And yeah, the max points for kind of takes that out of the equation for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mariota or Brissett? I think I go Mariota.
Yeah, I mean Brissett against God, we get so many questions about Brissett because who he's playing, right? And it's just like he's been so good, like ever since he took over as the starter. It's just crazy. But we said it last week, I think, like after watching the Texans beat up on Kansas City. What did Mahomes do in that game? Probably not a lot, right? Oh no, he was terrible. 14 for 160, and that was it.
Yeah, I'm going Mariota. I can't face the Texans defense.
Yeah, there's just no touchdowns. I think we had to go back 4 or 5 weeks to find a passing touchdown against the Texans.
Yeah. Yep. I'm projected to lose in the first round 60-40. Do I pick the higher ceiling play? Yeah, probably. Although that's close enough to like.
That was the BTJ.
Yeah, but again, does BTJ have a higher ceiling?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if he does. I probably, in that case, not really knowing who has a higher ceiling, I don't think it's like a huge, those projections are always like, they easily change, right? So I think I still go Rico there. Bree better have liked the video. If not, I don't know.
This is the first time ever watching it, so she should subscribe also.
Yeah, subscribe and don't super chat.
I honestly
losing money.
Yeah, I honestly don't mind her not watching this because she hears me talk about this shit enough,
Yeah.
So it's just gonna make her angry.
We answered this one. We're going Bill there. Rome, Judy, or Pierce. I think there I go Rome.
Yeah, it's Rome or Judy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Rome, the guy who's actually we've actually seen some life from this year.
Yeah. Zay Flowers or Jacoby Myers. I think it's close. I think it's Myers though.
Yeah, Myers PPR. Maybe Zay in half. No, probably Jacoby. It's Jacoby all the way.
Troy Franklin or Miles Price?
Who? Oh, this is Marty's league.
My boy Miles Price.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Franklin though. I think so.
The record. All right, Marv has given us some context.
All right, Loveland or Strange? Who are you going? What's your wife there?
Brenton Strange.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Strange as well. Bateman is out. Interesting. I don't know if that changes too much for me though, because Bateman wasn't doing a whole lot. I mean, he had 6 targets in the last 3 weeks. So it's record base. Brissett back to Indianapolis makes sense. Yeah, it's record base. Optimal points doesn't matter. If I lose my picks or non-playoff picks, it completely takes the team out of the playoffs. If I lose, I have the 105 and 106. If I win, I have the 106, and the team that can beat me makes it, and possibly the 110. Do you think moves like that or not? Storyline for. And so it's an interesting conversation because if there's no rules against it, you're doing what's best for your team. Like it's hard. Like you can just say I was doing what's best for my team. What's the difference between that and like trading away a stud player or something like that? So if there's no rules against it.
Yeah, right? I mean, starting his next question is it a strategy? It 100% is. I don't consider it cheating or anything like that. Like,
no.
So, and I don't think it like necessarily ruins the integrity of the league. Like, I will say this though, like what Dad always used to say, and I totally agree with this. It's like you just got to make it to the playoffs to give yourself, like, obviously to give yourself a chance to win it, but you don't know what's going to happen. Like there's definitely been some underdog wins in the playoffs. Like in my experience, where it's like, wow, I didn't think I stood a chance. I didn't think I stood a chance against Rip Lips this week. I was just kind of like I'm not even like trying to make trades or anything like that, because I'm just like, we'll see what happens. And then I get 50 points or whatever from Kyle Pitts, and I'm like, okay, I'm still like not super like, oh, I'm going to win now, because it was like a 70-30 split in his favor. But I mean, crazier things have happened. So I personally would rather just make the playoffs and see what happens.
BTJ or Adunze?
BTJ.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so Marv, I don't think it's cheating, and there's no rules against it, and you're doing what's best for your team. So I just think maybe there should be, rules in place that kind of discourage that a little bit. But yeah, we can't fault you for that, for sure. But Kevin's right. We need to power up Red Zone or whatever you're going to watch. We got 5 minutes. I mean, rosters are locking and stuff like that. So good luck, everyone. Join us tomorrow after the game. Real quick, dynasty news that I will throw out there. Lenora Sellers, quarterback for South Carolina, is going back to school, which makes sense. He's one of those players where like he has all the talent in the world. It hasn't translated on the field. Kind of a fringe first-round pick. So I think he's better off going back to school. But that means now we're down to 3 quarterbacks, in my opinion, that could be first-round picks. All those guys are underclassmen. They could all go back to school, and that's going to make this quarterback draft class terrible. Could be the Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis year. So anyways, appreciate everyone. Join us tomorrow, and good luck.